Hans, hold my coffee. Hold my coffee.
You didn't have it. Hold my cock, I got this. Hold my cup, I got this. Hold my beer, I got this.
Hey,
Good morning.
my grandmother could be watching this. Jesus.
Bom dia. Good morning from another morning here, and my beard is getting very long.
So mine.
The barbers are actually open since last week. We're still in Florianopolis, in Brazil, and still doing our morning rituals, and still doing this narrating the war for our brothers ritual, where we explore or articulate the situation of
Challenges men are facing
these days.
Yes.
And yesterday, we had a great conversation I was going in on overdrive because I drank a Red Bull and I never drank a Red Bull.
It was a raging bull conversation.
And, but there was a great moment where you...
Well, you were talking about a guy who would come to you
Right.
for advice and for a conflict with a woman.
Yes.
And he's like, just tell me what to say, you know?
Right.
And we're both laughing about it, you know, because like a lot of guys, they just want to know what to say, and then they're going to go into this intense conflict
Right.
situation with their woman. And
Well, first they think I don't need help. Just show me
Right.
the woman and I'll know what to do.
all right, just tell me give me the words.
Give me the word.
Yeah.
No, before they even seek help. You think, I could do this. It's a big step for a guy
Oh,
already
right.
to say, maybe I should learn a
It's
little
a big
bit about
step.
this.
Yeah, it's a big step for another guy to even ask another
Yes.
man for help or for advice in a situation like this.
Right.
And you know, I did this 2008 when I started my personal consulting with the relationship crisis. So, and I was at first just working with men, you know, going through divorce, business, partnership, conflict, whatever. And at first I just focused on men. And I figured, well, I'm going to be best with the men anyway because I'm a man. We have that connection. We have the same, you know, life experience somewhat. But guys would always just want that initial piece. Just tell
Right.
me what to do. And they wouldn't want the ongoing support. And I'm like, man, it's not enough, you know? Especially a divorce, you know?
Yes.
You're going to go try to transform this relationship when it's burning down. And you're going to be in it. And it just seemed like a crazy thing to me. But we were laughing
It's
last...
same with the work I do. Guys, you know, if they get to the point where they get enough hits in their life, they think they need some help, they come to me and they want the words. They want the next thing that's going to solve it there.
Just tell me what to say to her.
Just tell me what to say.
And you try to communicate, really, we need to, and we were talking about this, you know, with your business, that the best help that you can give guys is to have them see it as like a martial art training.
Right.
You know, come in, and I think the first metaphor we gave was like, imagine you're going into a big fight, you know, and
MMA.
and you go to a martial artist, a martial arts instructor, and you say like, I got a big fight tomorrow at school or wherever. Can you? And you call him up, right? Can you tell me what to do? Just tell me what to do, you know. And he tells you, okay, give him the 1 and the 2, and if he swings at you, you know, try to move to the side and whatever. And the guy hangs up. He's like, okay, all right, thank you. Here's $50 or whatever.
Which is a step ahead already of the guy who says, I could do it. Like you said, guys show up in an MMA ring and they you can't expect to just start swinging and you
Right.
know, you're
Right.
gonna get hit. You're gonna
Right.
get killed.
They're gonna get killed. And then the next thing I thought of is like, we were laughing about this, is it's very similar when a guy is going into the ring with his woman,
That's it.
you know, and he's like, yeah, I got this, and he doesn't realize that, you know, like, no, she could rip your fucking balls off and shove them down your throat.
And she will.
Yes.
Because she's way more experienced in the
way
world.
more. She's much better at it.
Yes.
She's like a black belt in
in marital art.
yes, in relationship conflict, in the art of talking, in
Manipulating.
yeah,
Getting
just
what she wants.
getting what she wants through words, through conversation. And so yeah.
And we are not. Us men, we're handicapped.
Yeah, so we were, you know, it's less funny now, but we were just cracking up at this last night, at how guys would be like, okay, yeah, I got this. And they're headed into the ring with this, you know, professional boxer who's their woman, and she's going to rip their head off.
Right.
You know, it's absolutely ridiculous. They really need to understand, like, if they want to get good at dealing with leading their woman and relationship and these interpersonal conflicts, and have the relationship be glorious, really have her feel respected and honored,
Yes.
him feel respected and honored, and have a beautiful relationship, then you need to realize what you're up against and say,
Right.
okay, I'm going to learn at least the basics of how to practice this, and not learn up here. Oh,
Right.
I know I need to say this or do this or whatever. No, you need to practice it.
Right.
You need time on, as they say in martial arts, you need time on the mat. You just need time on the mat.
Right.
You know, practice, 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 practice. That's how you're going to get good. It's like any martial art. It's not.
And with
it's
that,
knowing what to do is not enough.
and with that ongoing support, because just being on the mat, you know, I think is the best thing.
In fact, just knowing what to do is probably more dangerous, because you actually think that you're going to be okay in there.
Right.
Whereas if you know that you don't know, you stay out of the
So
ring.
the guy goes through several phases. One, he thinks, just put me in the ring, all right? Put me in the ring and I'll win, which is ridiculous. So, but that's what they think. Just show me the woman and I'll know what to do. You don't, you know. And then
Oh, you mean when like
they start.
they want to get a girlfriend?
Yes, or the phases of seeking out support and help and mentorship.
Right. Like they just help me get a girlfriend and I'll be good.
No, this is the phases of seeking mentorship that I see with guys.
Okay.
Just showing how absurd it almost is. They think I have this, so we have no education, nothing, but I have this, you know. So it's like going to the ring and fighting and say I can win this fight.
You mean before they come to you?
Yes.
Right.
That's a phase that no, it doesn't. Then they do some.
Well, let's set the context here a little bit, because some guys might, the way they were brought up, whatever their personality type, they might naturally be quite good at,
Yes.
at this.
Yes.
Conversation, leadership, dealing with conflict, dealing with women, etc.
As with anything, some people are talented.
But a lot of guys, especially I would say guys who grew up with a single mother, who has an issue with men, and acts to grind with men, these guys, she's heard how terrible those men are out there, and he doesn't want to become one of those men who hurt his mother. Naturally, he wants to be good. He wants to be what she considers a good man. And so if he's lived a lot of his life trying to be that good man in relationship with his mom, everything's a negotiation. Everything's a conflict. You know, will you take out the trash? What are you doing in your life? You know, why are you dating this girl? Like everything is that. And if he's learned a certain way of being with his mother, doesn't want to upset her, so on and so forth, and now he's going to go want to be this powerful lead in a relationship, like he's headed for
He's had no training.
right. And I think a lot of guys would not consider it a failure or getting demolished to be the guy who's being led in the relationship.
Right.
Okay, as long as I got a girl and she's like my best friend and we're just friends, you know. And it may be well enough as friends until it's not.
Yes, until she meets a guy she's really passionate for. Long term, it's you know, you have to learn this art. You have to learn this art. And the guy goes, I got it. Put me in the ring. Then he gets the first fight he gets beaten down. He says, fuck, maybe I should learn this. He goes online, studies. It's like studying MMA online. What are the best punches that I can throw. He learns it, gets back in there, still gets beaten, you know, and then seeks out advice. And it's like you said, when guys are at the point where they seek out someone else who could teach me something, could help me, could guide me, they want to know, just give me the formulas.
Right. Which is also it's a great instinct that guys want to be self-reliant.
Yes.
They want to handle it themselves. They want to know that they can do it. So that instinct is great.
Yes.
You know, but the challenge is not knowing what you're up against.
Yes. It's like it's a good example is me with business. You know. Well, first of all, I'm very reluctant. You know, I'm like, fuck this. It's dirty. It's ugly. I don't want to do it.
Yes.
I'm not.
Which
that guy.
a lot of guys these days have that attitude towards women. Like
Yes.
a lot of these guys are like, what is it? Go your own way. MGTOW. The men go their own way, so they're not even having anything to do with women.
Right. And then you get.
There's another way of having nothing to do with women, which is you have a woman, but you just never deal with her. You
Right.
know?
Yes. So, and then I go through a phase of like, fuck, you get hit enough that you say, I need to know this, I need to understand this, you know? And so you do things, or I do things just to try to become better at it, you know, but by myself and like as if in the dark, you know,
Right.
without any guidance. And that takes many years. And that
It takes many years to suck.
Yes, you
know?
still suck.
Well, and over that time, here's the challenge. It's like you come up against these conflicts in business again and
Right.
again and again. At some point, you start believing, I'm not a businessman.
Yes,
I don't like this.
right,
I can't do it. I'm not good at it. You develop these conclusions,
right,
and you become really comfortable
right,
at just playing at a very low level in your
Right.
business. And this is like with anything. So, you know, if you start out doing something on your own and you realize, okay, I'm not that great at it, you could just accept that and never get good at it. It
Yes.
could be this way with women as well.
Yes.
To where you try it on your own, okay, I'm not good at it like some other guys are.
Right.
And then you just accept that low level of standards
Right.
for relationships, for all of that. So the challenge is multiple. It took me a while to help you realize what's possible for you
Yes.
in business. That's beautiful. That's exciting. That's that you
so,
get excited about.
So instead of like oh, the next problem is saying money. Oh, I need to make more money, or I need money, and then try to solve that with women.
Right, and that's what you would often do with me. Sorry, I'm interrupting you, but you would come to me and you'd be like, "Just tell me what to do.
Give me the next step."
Yeah, give me the next step.
Right.
But that was never going to make you a great businessman.
Yes.
That's just going to help you take another step and remain at the same level.
Right.
And that was frustrating to me. And you even started, like, because I was busy with my own business, you started, hey, you're supposed to be mentoring me, you know,
Right.
with free mentorship. And I said, no, I'm not mentoring you anymore because you're not committed to a high level.
Right.
And you're just going to blame me for not showing you the next step.
That is the main step for guys too. Instead of only reacting to it when there's an acute pain or to be solved, to say, wait a minute, what is possible, and can I commit to this? To go 100% in, to say, I'm becoming this great man with women. I'm becoming a seducer, or I'm becoming a leader of my people. I'm going to be a great father to this
Yes.
family.
Yes.
And that's number one, 100% be committed to that. Get the bug inside of you.
Yeah, and it's not just about women, right? It's about becoming a great man, a leader,
Yes.
and like you said, leader of your people. Because, you know, the woman that you're in a relationship is going to be one of your toughest tests for leadership. If you can pass that test, you know,
And more than one test.
and you know, your children are going to look at you in a certain way.
Right.
They're going to see you in conflict with her, and with the women in your life.
Right.
And they're going to form an idea about you, you know. And they're also going to see what's possible and not possible for themselves. You know, your
Right.
son is going to watch you, and he's going to want to be like you or not want to be like you.
Right.
Or think that all relationships should be this way.
Right.
And he's going to see a certain, you know, level of what's possible. He's also going to learn how to treat women, you know, a certain way.
So it's that important It's very, very, very important. You know, not just for yourself, for your woman, but for your children also.
And for yourself, for your self-esteem.
Yes.
You know, many guys, they'll get beaten down after years of conflict with their woman, and they end up like these dogs that have been beaten too many times.
Bam, bam, round 12, bam.
These dogs that don't wag their tail anymore.
Right.
You know, they don't get excited anymore. They're lifeless. There's a lot of guys like that. They've been beaten down in relationship conflict. And to be clear, like, the idea is not to beat her down. The idea is to deal with the conflict such that you lead her, yourself, and the relationship to glory, to greater things than you ever thought possible.
This is where the metaphor stops, I think. You Muhammad Ali, yeah! No, because it must be a win-win. But what I realize on this call is this. The number one thing, like I relate to me in my reluctance to deal with business and then becoming a businessman, is one, that commitment to say, not just I'm going to take care of this problem that I have, but I am becoming a businessman.
Yes.
No matter what.
You're on the path.
I'm on the path. I'm always on the path from now on.
You're going for black belt.
I'm going for black belt.
Yes.
I want to master this art, and I will not stop until I do.
That decision changes everything.
That's everything.
It changes how I see you, how
Yes.
I interact with you, the level of challenge I can bring
Yes.
to you, the level of receptiveness, to how fast you learn.
Yes.
It changes everything.
It's pivotal, and it's not enough, because what happens then is, like, I could say, okay, I'm very committed to it, and I could still think, just give me the words, or just give me the next step, you know. But
well, you have to deal with, okay, I'm committed to black belt, but I'm making no money.
yes,
Like, you, at some point, something has to give.
Yes.
Either you give up on black belt, or you realize, fuck, I need some
Right.
help. So it's a big deal to
Yes.
like be committed to it, tell the world, stay committed to it.
Right.
This is a big.
And so what I did to be committed, well, was like I kind of put my trust in your hands, knowing me enough, and also knowing where I want to go with business, and also knowing what works to propose to me what would be the best deal. And we worked out a deal where I'm paying my good friend and my ally. I'm paying him money because that is the best way for me to realize, okay, I'm investing in this and I want the most out of this, and I stay committed to this, you know. So
yeah, we have a what is it? 8 months? 8 month?
9
month?
nine months.
9 month agreement.
Yes.
9 months, the perfect amount of time to give birth to a great
Right.
entrepreneur.
So it's not just give me the next step, you know. We go for 9 months at least.
And it's a big chunk of money compared to like what you've been making.
Well, it's been all my money. No, but it's great. It's great to know, and you propose it, and I instantly said, "Here's the money," you know, and that it's such a relief
Well,
when you make.
Well, not instantly.
You proposed it,
Yes.
and I said, "I'm paying it." Or was the next day?
I don't know. No, it was a bit. It was
A couple of days?
yeah. Yeah, and you wanted to know why, you know, what I had you commit to was like, it's all you.
Right,
No refunds, no backing out.
right.
And like, if you don't make it, it's all you.
Well, I instantly knew I was going to do it. There was like I knew I was going to do it. It was just getting clarity,
Yes.
you know. But the key is this: a commit.
But-
No. You're not interrupting me again.
Okay.
Damn it. What happens with this is this: people think a commitment but a commitment will set you free.
Yes.
And that's the moment you commit, the moment you put the money down, the moment you marry,
Yes.
it sets you free, because now you don't think of the other things anymore, because when it's a real commitment, the alternative is no longer an option.
Yes.
So it's not anymore.
Land with your army, and you go on to land, and you have someone go back to the ships and burn them. Like, okay, it's win or die.
Right.
We have no other option.
Yes.
It's a really powerful place to be.
Yes. Yeah, it's very liberating. A commitment will set you free.
But to be fair to the guys who might be listening to this, It took you a while to get to the place to
Yes.
where you're willing to invest money.
Yes.
Even, you hired Dean Jackson.
Yes.
You wouldn't have done that 9 months prior to that,
Yes.
right? Or hire me. You wouldn't have done that maybe months before that.
Uh-huh.
So there is a journey here of realizing, I think, that, okay, I think it can take a while for a lot of guys
Yes.
to realize it's worth going for black belt.
Yes.
Fuck, well, what's possible at black belt? Which is some of our job, is
Right.
to show what's possible
As
at
the
black
vision
belt.
becomes clear
Right.
of what's possible.
And then show them there's a path to this.
Right.
There's a structure, there's steps, and they can actually make it. They can make it. And if guys can see clearly where they're at, and one of the things they do in jiu-jitsu to have people realize that they want to take it is they have them, they'll come in, the jiu-jitsu teacher will lie on the mat, and he'll have the new person get on top of him. And let's see, I'm trying to think of which way they do it. Or no. He'll have the new guy lay on the mat, and the jiu-jitsu instructor will be on top. And the jiu-jitsu instructor will say, get out of here. Like, I could be hitting you,
Right.
I could be killing you right now. Get out of it. And they can't. They can't get out of it. Then they reverse roles, and the new guy's on top. And the instructor immediately gets out of it, just like this. And it's a really simple move. He shows them exactly.
Right.
It was this, and boom.
What
And-
you're struggling with, probably, is because in jiu-jitsu, the roles are very reversed. Like, past the guard, this is what I did it once, Being on the bottom is you're in the power position. Anyway. I can see you're thinking of a couple of jokes right now.
So anyway, that's the job that's before
Right.
us, is to and to show the joy of the journey.
So what's the black belt in marital arts? What's the black belt? It's where the black belt is this, how I see it. And I fought very hard.
Well, let's
What?
relationship, conflict, art, or leadership,
Yes.
right? Yes,
Marital art.
yes. Neither one of us is married. It's in neither one of us is planning
Well,
on that.
okay.
Right.
Yes, not by the... Okay. Marital... I can't say it now. Black belt in relationships looks like... for me, looks like having committed, strong relationships where both are thriving, and where you as a man still explore your sense of adventure, and you're not only it's tolerated, but you're loved for it, which means it's complete. You have the power and leadership to set up the way you want to relate with this woman and with the other people around, and you have the liberty and power to set it up greatly, and she doesn't just tolerate it, but she loves you for it. She thinks, wow, this is fantastic. So
I also would add to that through the conflict, you become closer.
right,
Your honor grows.
Great.
Her trust in you grows.
yes,
Your trust in yourself grows. With every conflict, and
the disagreements, the conflicts, they're not something like and you like run away from. No, you both use them as opportunities to grow in solidarity, to grow in loyalty, to make the relationship more intense and profound.
Black belt would also look like you can bring down your own walls of judgment.
Yes.
And honor another person. Like, you have that ability, which itself can make miracles happen in
Yes.
a relationship. But also have the ability to bring down the walls in the other.
Yes.
And have them trust you again. This is
Yes, because like a relationship that have gone sour over the years, you could like with one conversation, you could like reignite them and
Yes.
Restore them and be on a great forward path again.
Yeah, I'm excited about this conversation because it brings me back to my work and just like the guy who thinks he's gonna go back in the ring and resolve this. When guys are wanting to save their marriage, or their relationship is on crisis and they want to turn it around,
Right.
and they've gone through the honor window process, and they see what they've got to do, bring down the walls, restore honor, etc. And I've given them an example of it. I've given them an in-depth workbook that lays out the work ahead, and they're like, they got this,
It's the same with guys that, or even earlier, when you're just meeting a girl and you're dating her, like the thing we had yesterday, and for some reason the girl starts disappearing. Even here, you can resuscitate that
Yes,
that relationship.
And we talked about that. We talked about that one yesterday. But this is a scenario where they want to go back in and transform the relationship, bring down
Right.
the walls, and restore honor and intimacy and trust in the relationship. And we can talk about this another day because it's an in-depth
Right.
conversation. In fact, it could be a.
But that's black belt. You can save
but-
your family. You can save your relationship. You can save your community. It's incredibly
But
powerful.
there's a huge illusion that human beings have in that kind of a situation, and it's a huge thing to talk about. But people will say, okay, I'll try. Like, I'll try once more. I'll give it another try. And it's
They go in with good intentions and no skill, and we think it's enough.
well, yes, and it's their thinking about it is completely wrong. It's not even that they don't know what to do. They
have the wrong. I know where you're going. They have the wrong approach. The energy with them going into the disagreement.
If you remember the conversations we've had about like knowing versus being awake,
Yes.
and it's like, why isn't it enough to know? Like
Right.
that in itself is an illusion that most human beings have, and it fucks with their life in a huge way. It's the same thing with trying in relationship. It's actually going to make things worse.
Yes.
That approach that we have.
I see you're tempted to elaborate, but yes, we won't have the time. But it is a great invitation to guys out there who want to, who kind of see the possibility, who understand where they're at, but also see the possibility of black belt in dealing with relationships, both with your girlfriend, with your wife, with your
Yes.
family, with your allies, with your brothers, with your community. I want to say, fuck, I want to be good at this. I want to master this.
I'm saying we just got to do. We got to bring the honor window.
Yes.
As a demonstration of, and then other conflicts like this. You just lay it out.
Who wants to see the honor window? If we get enough requests.
No, we got to do it anyway.
No,
you know,
I mean,
but-
if enough requests, we'll do it tomorrow.
But yeah, it's exciting because I'm really seeing this as a martial art for the human mind and spirit, and for relationships,
Yes.
and being able to clearly show guys, which it's clear in the eye stand, but I'm imagining being able to do it over the internet. Even people practicing this stuff at home on their own or with each other, and getting great.
Right.
Like I'm seeing it like as a martial art that the guys see it. Fuck, I need training in this, and they get excited about it and go into black belt.
Yes. And
It's,
see, all the belts are like when you pass certain obstacles,
Right.
certain discussions that are recurring and in every relationship.
You have to show your ability, right? Not
Right.
just that you like passing a test in school,
Right.
showing that you can memorize what to say or
Yes.
something, right?
You actually have to film your discussions with your wife, and we're going to analyze how you're doing.
And like we were saying last night, it's knowing what to do almost sets you up for more failure, because you think. Because when you know that you don't know, you might just stay out of the ring and
Right.
stop and not fuck anything else up worse.
Right.
It's more dangerous when you think that you know.
I
And
got this. Put
right,
me in the
you-
ring.
you walk
I'll swing
in-
around.
You walk in confidently, not realizing how much you don't know. So
You're exposed more. So this is a call for you guys. If this resonates, if the vision resonates, if you want to commit to this, and commitment is real, which means the alternative is no longer an option. You come with a warrior spirit, you come with an empty cup, you know, and you're ready to become a black belt in relationships, then
I think we actually need to show more, like our skill, demo, take guys into a
right.
situation, let them see like what would you do,
How would that look?
or how are you doing it. Well, that
Do some role play.
that first consultation that I do with people, we start with a relationship that's completely fucked, right? It's a crisis situation, and we look at how they're trying to resolve it, and how it's going, you know, and that's the first step,
Yes.
right? Like seeing it, you know, the way that you're negotiating this conflict, how is it going,
Right.
and that's the first step, and then show another way,
Right.
you know. I think before guys can say that, like, I want to go for black belt, you need to also know, like see a black belt, like
Right.
see what's possible, you know. And what does that mean, black belt? Like, how long does that take, you know? Is that a 10-year journey? Is that a 2-year journey?
Right.
What am I going to have to give up? You know, like if I think about committing to a black belt in some kind of like martial arts, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, that's probably a 10-year journey.
Yes. This is 10. I see 10 years here too.
Yeah.
10 years to be able to deal with your woman.
Oh, no.
Or a woman like her.
No,
No.
not. I wouldn't say that. You know.
No, 10
But
years
to be able to handle it like any kind of relationship conflict
Yes.
situation, and lead it to glory,
Yes.
right? But and like you and I are still on the journey as well. Like there's no stop to higher levels of mastery, and it's completely exciting.
What's after the black?
And I view business in the same way. It's just
What's after the black belt?
you get your different stripes at black belt, and then you
The
get your red belt.
The rainbow belt. Yes, that's exciting to me, man.
Rainbow belt is definitely not the rainbow.
That's exciting to me. To be. These things are great. Like how to deal with conflict, how to be in a relationship, how to deal with your woman. That's exciting to me, and it's been my real focus in the past 10 years. You know.
And if not to deal with women or relationships, to be a leader,
Yes.
and to preserve and grow your own honor. You know, it's a very and to know that you can grow stronger, thrive, and deal masterfully with any internal or interpersonal conflict.
Right.
That's really the invitation here.
That's the invitation. If you want to get on this journey with us, let us know. All right. Maybe you're the one.
There's some black belts out there. There's some the guys who will be black belt.
Who is the black belt?
They're there.
Hey, Siggy.
Hey, Robin. Clint.
We said that this was for a lot of for the men, and I have only women watching this. None of this applies to you.
Oh, I've got some men.
All
Got
right.
some great men. Actually, there's only one person watching right now, but
I'll see
several
you.
people have checked in.
And it's great. It's great that you're there. Anytime you have a question, you can put them on the comments underneath. We do this every day, and
Not every day.
almost every day, 5 to 7 in the week. So see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Have a great day, Clint.